Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Musgrove. I am the sales director at EcoProd Technique. I've been working in specification product positioning for the last 4 decades, and the last 15 years I've been focusing on sustainable water solutions. I want to take you through a quick view of what we're going to cover today so that you can understand the learning outcomes. And then I'd like to take you on a journey of all about EcoProd, why we do what we do, and justify the conclusions to help the challenges we face with water scarcity in the UK. I hope to help you as the audience to understand how you can help your clients by making small design changes and looking at the new innovation and sustainable solutions for your commercial washrooms. We try to help clients to reduce water usage, cut carbon, save energy, and helping towards net zero. So these outcomes that are listed on there, we'll cover each of those one by one to paint the picture for you. Before I do that, let's have a quick look about EcoProd, who we are. So EcoProd is an environmental company providing products and solutions. We were established in 2007 based on the principles of our owner, Marcus, where he wanted to do something better for the environment. So he went all over the world trying to source products that would actually make a difference to the environment, because he could see, based on the drought of 2007, that something had to change in the way we deliver water into buildings. And he brought a new product to the marketplace. And since then, we've grown, added further products to that, and experience over the last 15 years has taught us that environmental impact has always been pushed back on water. Other aspects of environmental areas like energy have always been the focus. And we're going to try and bring water up to date and into the picture so that everyone can be aware of what we're doing, especially now with ESG strategies that companies are launching in zero targets for water and for carbon. And we can show how we can help all that and hopefully demonstrate our expertise. At EcoProd, what we do is we focus on the science of water from source through to waste. We then consider the engineering installation setup, and finally, trying to identify the best solutions for the environment. We're a Planet Mark certified company, and we have been for 8 years. And year on year, we look to make improvements on our own footprint. And as a company, we utilize the circular economy as a measure to make changes and challenge our manufacturers to make changes as well. And we promote our solutions measured around 3 key pillars: use less water, waste less water, recycle and reuse. And we actually ask all of our clients, do you know your water footprint? Most haven't got a clue. And so that's why we try to understand from a helicopter point of view how we can actually move things through with our clientele. Talking of clients, these are some of the clients that we are working with now or have been in the past, and hopefully we'll continue to work with them again in the future. One good thing about EcoProd is our client retention is very, very strong. The brands up here, hopefully you all appreciate or recognize some of them. So hopefully if you come and work with us and allow us to take you on a journey of environmental improvement, whether that be specification or purchase with your clients or working on designs, you'll be in really good company. We provide a complete bespoke solution. So no 2 customers are the same and no 2 buildings are the same. So everyone has to be looked at individually in our view. And I'll just move on to the next slide. Design for life. We believe that the products that we have on the front of wall can be designed to give better access for maintenance, greater expectation of design criteria, shapes, sizes, lengths of spouts, heights of taps. There's a variation to actually suit every architect and every interior designer. From our point of view, we also work with the M&E consultants, and we work behind the scenes as well with water management scenes, which I'll cover off towards the end of the presentation. And we specialize on well-designed, low or no flow solutions. Our products are all designed and built to provide end user with water and CO2 reductions based from an ecological solution point of view. So less water, less carbon. Our mission is to be sustainable and hygiene, living in harmony. But why do we do this? The simple reason is there is insufficient water in the UK. You may have heard of the gentleman called James Bevan, who's the head of the Environment Agency. And he has warned the government recently that if we don't take measures on reducing water usage now, in 25 years, we are going to have a real problem. One day you'll turn the tap on and nothing will come out. And anyone that's experienced an isolation of water in their properties knows even for one morning, one day, how challenging that can be. Cup of tea, shower, washing hands, flushing toilets. It really does hurt. But at the moment, the UK weather is really unpredictable. So we need to appreciate how we can make changes. During this winter, we received as a business a letter from Thames Water, and it was explaining to us, even in the middle of winter, how the reservoirs were depleted and by as much as 30%. Some other areas in the UK are even worse. But the fact that Thames Water have kept a hosepipe ban on continuously through the winter, and it will now remain throughout the whole of 2023, we've got a serious issue with water. If we're not collecting water when we normally collect water, we've got to try and mitigate that problem and trying to understand and how we can do that, and asking architects, designers and clients to review what they specify and try to come up with something different. And that's where we're going to be here to help. Noticeably, one key thing about water is bottled water. Did you realize that to make 1/2 litre bottle of water requires 1.5 litres of water in production? So bottled water is something we can all do without. There's different options that we can buy bottles now. So just thinking about how we use water in our day-to-day life and how that on a personal level can then go and translate into the business world. So unpredictability of rainfall. Got a map here which shows you on the left-hand side the average rainfall for the UK over the last 30 years. And you can see with the browns around there that the water is quite low levels already. And what we're also facing is an unpredictable season change. We probably all recognise it. So this middle image shows the rainfall for February this year, which you can see by the darker contrast area towards the bottom. It's the lowest rainfall for February in 50 years, followed in March by the highest rainfall in 40 years. So you've got 2 months side by side and the unpredictability. And just to bring you completely up to date as of this week, the map at the bottom shows that for the first time ever, we've had no rainfall in the whole of the UK. So we've got unpredictability. We've got low rainfall currently at this moment in time, but people are still using water like it's going to be there forever. Why is that? Well, water is the cheapest utility that people believe that there's no value to it. The truth is you only have value on something when it's gone. So we've got weather experts who are saying they can't predict what's going to happen in the future. Seasons are moving. But the ratio of flood and drought across the world is pretty balanced. It's just that the weather streams are moving in a different way. So we've got to try and find solutions. And I think it's incumbent on us as a business, it's incumbent on you as designers to work together to try and make some changes. And these can be quite considerable. And I just want to talk you through now some of the solutions and easy wins that clients and designers can make without shifting the balance of what you're trying to deliver in a building. I'm going to kick off with the Euromat waterless urinals. We can educate clients and architects, interior designers and FM engineers that there are great solutions that can fill the void of traditional offerings. Euromat, based in Switzerland, and they patented the first world waterless urinal some many years ago. Also produced in a really green way with renewable sources, and they can actually manufacture their product as a carbon neutral product. This provides a positive sustainable impact on any building, And selecting these over traditional water urinals, you're going to exceed the demands of the BREEAM WATO 1 by a mile, with a huge water saving, on average 100,000 litres of water per each urinal, with a carbon reduction of 17.5 kilos at the same time. So if you're running a refurbishment project or a new build, these are really easy to specify and swap out over traditional urinals without having any problems. In actual fact, you're getting enhanced installation because you'll have less pipe works, less storage of water required. There is no negative. And for your client, a return on investment through the water reductions and savings in their building will give them something really, really positive for the future. And most importantly, no odours. That's a very important point. Just recently, Euromac were awarded the Solar Impasse Award, and this is awarded to companies that demonstrate that they've created a product that has a huge benefit to the environment, it's clean, and it's a profitable solution to the environment as well. So just tell you a little bit more about the detail of the product itself. So as I mentioned before, it's carbon neutral manufacture, which again supports the aims of the circular economy, which is brilliant. Fully recyclable at the end of its life, and typically on an existing refurb building, return on investment is typically about 18 months. Sometimes it's lower. It really does depend on the water measurement. So again, typically we would say 100,000 litres of water a year, but I have seen cases where it's significantly higher, and there are cases where it's a little bit lower. At Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, we installed around 1,000 waterless urinals, and that saves the club 100 million litres of water a year. It also gives them a CO2 reduction of about 1.75 tonnes a year, so quite significant. And if you think about the water that the Euromac urinal will save, that's the water equivalent of running a house of 4 for a year, 550 homes worth of water a year. And another small point, if you actually just installed 2 waterless urinals, that is equates to the amount of water that a family of 4 would use in a single house. So 2 urinals equals the water for 1 house, which is quite a significant number. The products are lightweight, they're strong, they're vandal resistant, easy to maintain, and no greater demand than traditional urinals. So you've got an award-winning ecological solution from Switzerland, exceeds the demands of sustainable compliance measures. It's 100% water saving, and as I said, positive environmental benefit to any building environment that it would go into. You can have passive messaging on it as well to tell your audience, your users, exactly what you're talking about, as McDonald's do in their branches and some other clients as well. Also, from a design point of view, when we come to look at things like sports stadia, we often find that rather than having individual urinals, that we actually have troughs. And what we would say is, if you were to go onto social media, it's fact that troughs have more negative comments about their environment than singular urinals. And as you can see from this image on the screen, what we're trying to demonstrate is through the same amount of space, you can actually give the user a significantly improved point of use area rather than cramming in. And for talking as a male, when you've got a urinal trough that's capable of holding 5 people going to the toilet at the same time, you recognize the fact that 6 and 7 people will try and squeeze in, pushing the shoulders. So to make the environment improvement from a design point of view is something really, really simple. And this product is also perfect for sports and music centres, commercial event locations, and everyone can benefit from a cleaner environment. And yeah, let's move on. I'd now like to introduce you to a company called Conti Plus. Now, Conti Plus provide a wide range of washroom products with many, many different designs and unique features not available from others. They focus on high quality manufacturing process with locally built products, delivering products that are complete compliance, RAS approvals, and are suitable for all budgets in all sectors. The core principle of what Conti breathe about is sustainability, hygienic, smart, and safe. factors in a design studio that you actually want to deliver to your clients, knowing that due diligence is done to make sure that the products are perfect for the environment and won't let your client down. And they are built in, the components are built in the factory in Switzerland and distributed from Germany and into Conti, comes into EcoPron UK as the sole distributor for the UK market. So an exclusive brand, and it's been available to us for 7 years, and the brand is gradually growing and growing and growing. Conti complete the washroom solutions, taps, showers, and additional products, soap dispensers, hand dryers. And every product has a carbon reduction element to it. I'm not sure if you're aware that for every litre of water that's used, a carbon target figure has been agreed within the industry of 0.4 grams of carbon per litre of water. So it's great products, low energy, low flow, delivering great results. Conti as a business has been going for just coming up to its 50th year. It was established in 1974, but only launched into the UK in 2016. And a company that makes all the key components. So the components that make a tap operate from a sensor point of view, you have your solenoid, you have your electronics, you have your power. And those three key items are all manufactured in the factory in Switzerland. And the sensor as well. The sensor is a key thing, because the sensor, wherever you deliver sensors across the world, they've got to activate only in the space of the basin. I've seen many buildings with false activations as you walk past, or if you've got a high-vis jacket on. Well, the Conti products are actually made to avoid that and take that away to actually give a much better quality of product. Typical water savings with the Conti tap is about 70% and about 35% on showering. And we've researched the science behind sensor products to avoid reflectancy issues, whether that be off a high-vis jacket or even mirrors in the washrooms. All have been dealt with to make sure that the product works 100% of the time. Flow rates start at 1.9 litres. So as a designer, as an interior designer, as an architect, if you were to swap out some of your manual taps that you might select from like companies such as Grower and Hansgrohe, which are 5 and 6 and 7 litres, and have a great design product in an electronic basin tap at 1.9, a significant water reduction. The other important point for design is the water pressure. So Conti's products are tested to work from 0.3 bar and tested up to 10 bar, and it will work consistently. And that's really important point for the M&E consultant to understand as well, because when he's designing his building infrastructure based around the selection of products you've made, he may need to, with other products, other manufacturers, have to put in water booster points in parts of the building which have a cost and an installation cost. So it's a cost saving by selecting this product. The third and last company I want to introduce you to is a company called Masea. Masea create a product that's integrated into one spout, whether that be wall mount or deck mount, with different color options. It's a clean design, whilst at the same time still saving water, creating no clutter on the vanity areas can be seen in the image on the top right. No soap requirements, no disinfectant requirements. All of these items can be delivered through a singular spout with some housing located under the vanity unit itself. It's a clean, efficient, and a great way of delivering both water, soap, disinfectant, hot water, warm water, blended water, all from one spout. It's the, sorry, go back, I've just moved on too much. Slide. The soap will only dispense once you activate the soap marker and your hand is back under it. So you're not going to get spillages in your basin, which is a really, really key point. And to go with these Masea taps, you also have access to water reports and audits, where you can go on a cloud-based system and you can start to look at your users when the product's last used, hygiene flushes planned, so help part of your PPM. So great product to style, great product to keep clean lines within your washroom area, or possibly a healthcare environment as well. So Missera as a company, they've won many awards. And I think the important thing here is that it's completely hands-free washing. So maybe a surgical unit where you're washing from your elbow to your fingertips. It's perfect for that environment. And as I said, it saves a huge amount of water. I just want to share with you now some innovations, because I think it's important to keep people up to date with things that they may have never seen before. And the first thing I want to share with you is a product called Comprimus. Now, Comprimus is a suite of products where in the showering panel that I'm showing you here on the image, where you typically would have a hot water pipe coming down to the thermostatic handle control and a cold water pipe coming down to the same point, and then a third pipe going up to the shower head. Well, what Conti have managed to do with this innovation is exclude the mixing point, and in its place, they've put a digital control with a wire that goes up to an electronic thermostat, as can be seen in the smaller picture. And the shower head actually sits on the mixing point with the hot water and the cold water going straight into it. So instead of having a potential dead leg part of mixed water sitting in your shower panel or in your wall of 1 meter to 1.2 meters in length, you've now got a dead leg potential of less than 1 centimeter. Now, from a hygiene point of view, in any building, that's got to be a big improvement. Even more importantly, the tap operates in exactly the same model, and both tap and the shower head can have a pulse of water created, so that when you shut the valve down, if you want to empty the chamber completely of all mixed water, you can actually pulse that out so that there's no residue sitting in the product. The other product that Conti offer to the market, and particularly ideal for healthcare, is the ConFresh shower. Unusually for this product in this country, it's something you wouldn't have seen before. You have no requirement to provide a hot water pipe. So if you can imagine a hospital that's got a central heating boiler generating hot water, pipes going out to every floor, to every ward, every department, staff areas and patient areas, providing hot water to showering areas. And then normally the hot water would also return back to the hot water boiler. Now, if we can eliminate meters and meters and meters of hot water pipe, two things are benefits. One, you have a cost reduction on your installation. And two, even more importantly, you have no facilities management requirement to maintain and check that pipework into the showers. Now, the way the ConFresh shower panel works is it takes a cold water feed only into the entry point of the unit, and the shower panel itself is actually connected above the ceiling into the central heating system. One thing in the UK in general hospitals is they always keep the heating on, and when you then turn the shower on, the cold water is pulled through and you have a heat exchange plate sitting inside the panel. The water flows through the heat exchange plate and then provides you with the ideal temperature out of the shower head, just like a normal shower and control. Conti, I've talked about the Conti brand a little bit earlier on with the taps and things, but this is the Conti Ultra. And this is a tap with a little bit of difference in the fact that you can have a standard tap with a chrome finish, or you can actually have a green energy solution. So built into the Ultra tap, you can have a turbine solution, whereas water enters into the actual body of the tap, it turns the turbine and creates energy. That energy is then stored in a capacitor built into the product, and the turbine will then work with a battery pack internally as well, and it guarantees the power on that pack for 10 years, but using green energy with the battery as a backup. The other option, which you can see in this visual here, is solar. So taking the light from artificial light or natural light, it will store power within the actual product itself. And again, in combination with the battery pack that's installed, it will give you at least 10 years worth of power without having to put mains installation into your building. So cost saving on installation, green energy efficiencies, and low flow. And finally, an innovation product called Lumino, which is a low energy localized heater, point of use, which it fixes below the basin sink area and has connectivity. You need a mains power pack to go with this one to actually connect it to your supply. And what it will do is instantaneously provide you hot water at point of use. Again, with a shortened supply of mixed water, length probably be about 300 millimeters. And again, with the option to do hygiene flushes to keep that completely fresh and avoid stagnation of water. The final innovation is something for healthcare. And this is the Messiah Aqualiba. And what this product does is, again, quite unique. First, it sits on a cloud-based system and can report every activity, which is great for an FM manager in a hospital. It's providing, as we talked about earlier on, an integrated tap with hot water, soap and disinfectant all into one spout. But where the Aqualiba goes one step further is in its ability to do a thermal flush up to 80 degrees without water actually coming out of the spout. So this thermal flushing, which hospitals have to do as part of their healthcare procedures, is all kept within the body of the tap. And how that works is that through the control on cloud, it can be a planned exercise at a certain time of day or night, where a harmonic seal goes across the spout so no water can come out. The water will flow up into the tap at the higher level temperature by isolating the cold water out, and it will go in the spout, and within the spout is a pipe-in-pipe system, and the water will flow right up to the top of the spout and then back down and then naturally into the waste, where there is a specialist piece of kit underneath the basin, which takes the high level hot water into a separate waste. Great product, and it ticks the boxes from healthcare compliance, thermal compliance, and auditing and keeping reports for estates managers. So how are we going to achieve the change? Told you about why we need to make change with water scarcity, and I've told you about some great solutions. I'd like to take you back a few years. Do you remember the first time you stayed in a hotel and you saw a little sign hanging by the towels asking, do you want to have this replaced, or would you use it again tomorrow? And I think that's the sort of messaging we've got to get through into our homes and commercial buildings now. And we've got to start looking at taking out levered products operating taps and showers in favor of electrical controls. We can save water. A question I always ask my customers on a personal level is, how long do you shower for? And I get range of times, 2-3 minutes, 20 minutes. It's a real difference. But if we all just take a think about what we're doing on a personal level, we can save water all the time. A typical shower in the UK will deliver between 12 and 14 litres of water. My shower at home will deliver 6 litres. And I brought myself a really good shower head, and that shower head changes the flow from the incoming 12 litres, changing to an output of 6 litres, and I still get a really good shower because of the design of the shower head. So solutions and water reduction can be achieved really easily. Even think about it when you're actually going into the bathroom in the morning, whether you're in a hotel or at home. You're either going to wash your hands, you're going to shave, or you're going to brush your teeth. If each time you did those activities with an electronic tap without filling a basin or leaving the tap running, every time you're in front of the spout, the electronic tap, it will give you the water you need, but you can save thousands of litres of water a year as an individual. So why can't we put that technology into commercial buildings and get people in hotel rooms using electronic products as well? It doesn't have to be just in the commercial washrooms, it can be everywhere. But I think you also need to educate people. And the only way you can do that is by advising your clients that there's a different way of doing something, changing designs, and anything that happens in the marketplace. People don't like change. So it's got to be a soft change and engagement with customers to actually help them understand the principles of water and why it's important. At the end of the day, water is a utility, but it's the cheapest utility. and therefore it doesn't get the respect of other utilities. And yet, I think the cost of water is definitely going to go up. It's going to get more expensive. And if less water is available and we've got population growth, we've got a concrete foundation building in the UK with many houses, many commercial developments, and less green fields. And the problem with that is more people are coming in with that population, more demand. And if we can educate people to stop using 125 litres a day per person, which is the UK average at this moment in time, and try and educate that and try and get them down to 100 litres, maybe 80 litres, some other areas in the world try. And small changes can make a difference. A kitchen tap, a basin tap, a low flow shower, low flow systems. There's lots of things we can do, but it's got to be encouraged, it's got to be spoken about, and we need to engage. So in summary, we have a situation where every one of us can make a personal difference in all the small things that we do day in, day out. Think about the concepts of your designs on projects. Take a minute off your own personal shower time. Maybe don't fill the kettle, only fill the kettle to the amount of water that you need. Fix leaks in properties. Water-wise, the organisation estimates, following a lengthy study, that 4.1% of all toilets in the UK leak constantly, with around 215 litres of water a day wasted from that. However, some properties were found to be wasting as much as 800 litres of water a day. So if we all take personal responsibility in our own lives for the water we use, and if we all take personal responsibility looking at the products that we're using in our building, in our homes, in our businesses, in our hotels, in our gyms, in our spas, we can all learn something. At EcoProd, we are here to support you. We are here to help with you with design support, supply support, installation, commissioning, training. We provide a complete portfolio of products and services to fulfill any building. We've spoken today about some urinals and taps and showers and all the variations of designs and green energy solutions that are available. But we can also help you outside of the building with things like grey water recycling, rainwater harvesting. There's many ways to look holistically at businesses, and we can help you. You're not on your own. EcoProd has a wide, expansive network of connections within the water industry. So again, even helping with your water supplier, talking to them on your behalf, making sure that the water that's being used by you and your clients is being costed properly. We can actually look at the holistic helicopter view for you and your client as part of one of our services. On our website, we have available many case studies, and I'd encourage you to come on, take a look, crossing many sectors. We're involved in sports sectors, education, hotels, leisure, spa, restaurants. There's not many areas we can't go, and we haven't yet found a client that hasn't needed to have a water saving. So every building has the opportunity to do something. So check out our case studies on our website. We'll encourage you there. I mentioned that we also work with M&E consultants, and I just wanted to drop this slide in here because I think it's important that as a designer, if you decide to put Conti taps into a building, the consultant who's on that same project, we can go and talk to him, because it may be that we could talk to him about a water management system, which could be a great solution for your client. Unfortunately, the problem with ours is that we have to bridge the specification on both sides, front of wall and back of wall. And so the water management system can only work with Conti products. However, by engaging with both of you, we can get the solution that your client's looking for that he doesn't think is available. Grey water recycling and rainwater harvesting are part of our offering, but also leak detection and flood protection, all available. And again, we have solutions for all of these things. So hopefully that you can talk to us, engage with us, and start to learn with us. I mentioned about the case studies on our website, but we also have a resource centre, which I think is a fantastic opportunity to really engage with us and understand how we can help our clients. So perhaps you go on there and download our greenwashing guide or guide to saving water in your business. All of our products are also going live on the MBS platform, hopefully by the end of June. This is mid-June we were targeting, but I think it's going to be end of June now. So as specifiers, you will be able to access all of the products that I've spoken about today through the MBS platform, or we're a phone call away, we're an email away, and yeah, hopefully that we can help you. So thanks very much for joining us today on this CPD. We hope that you've learned something from the session, and we're a phone call away. Give us a call. Can we help you?